Okay. Hello, I'm John Knight. I'm back again. I'm going to try and do one of these a week, at least for a while. I don't know how long. I started off with the determination to do what I could to help uh, President Trump get elected. So I started the week of the election trying to put some kind of a YouTube video out there that would support him. I wanted to do what I could to get him in that office because I realized how critical leadership is to the United States of America. I want to say my name's John Knight, and I'm a real American. I am a real American. Now, let me just tell you the way I define a real American. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I classify people here legally into two groups: real Americans and legal aliens. And basically, legal aliens want something for nothing, and real Americans want to make something from nothing. And that's kind of how our country has done. We started off with nothing, and we made something pretty good out of it, but we can make it better. Now, I'm standing way over here, so you can, this kind of sloppy writing here is the way, I hate to admit, but I write like this more often than I should. It's my YouTube channel. It's Knight Publications, put together as one word, skip a space, and put YouTube. Knight Publications, scoop together, then skip a space and do YouTube. And that's how you can get on. I've done about 5 of these. And so let me say, I realize I get over the top sometimes, and I'm quite liable to do it. I'm an old man, and I just say, cut me some slack. I get over the top at times. I'm stepping back over here because I'm more comfortable over here. I get over the top, and I was telling some of my friends, I think maybe I need a sign on my shirt. I need a restraining order, just so I don't get totally ridiculous. I need a restraining order. And one of my friends said, and maybe a straight jacket. And the other one said, and maybe a muzzle. So I got friends. I got another friend. I thought he was fixing to really pump me up. He said, John, you inspire me. I want to be just like you. Loud and obnoxious. I got friends that'll keep me humble. So that's enough of that. I'm just a little introduction. I realize I'm old. I realize I get over the top. I realize this country is dirt. But hey, who you are is who you are. You just need to make the most of it. So here we go. All right. Maybe let's start off with a little bit of history. Because I said this country was nothing and we made something out of it. But we can make something a whole lot better than it's ever been. So let's just talk about how we started off. We started off with a group of people that came over here knowing there's a God in heaven. I mean, the whole country used to know that. There's a God in heaven. Jesus is his son. We was founded by folks that understood that. But sadly enough, over 40%, I'd say 45% of the people in this country don't really get that. They don't know there's a God in heaven and live accordingly. Because if you know there's a God in heaven, you just are different. You live different. You think different. You realize that when you die, it really ain't over. It's over for a little while. You're out of your body for a while. Jesus was out of his body for 3 days. But he come back and into his body. He's going to live forever. He's in heaven right now, looking down on us. And in one of my former videos, I said it like this. To be great again in America, we need Jesus as the coach. We need Donald Trump as the quarterback. And we need to be the winning team. And that's how I honestly see it. Because the coach comes up with the really big plays. And I think he's got some big plays for America to put on the field. I really do. We got a great quarterback now who knows how to move that ball, who knows how to win. We got a quarterback now. We got the coach in place. We got a quarterback fixing to enter the game on the 20th of January. But listen, he's already playing. He couldn't wait. He couldn't wait to get in the game. Now, I heard this story about Fran Tarkenton that before he really started playing, he was on the sidelines and he got so excited that he just ran out on the field and started playing. It was probably in high school. Well, Donald Trump just really couldn't wait to do something until January 20th. He's on the move now. And oh Lord. Anyway, our quarterback's moving. Now, it's up to the team. We're the team. It's up to the team to understand the plays that the Lord sends in and that Donald Trump is involved with. But we're the team, and it ain't going to happen if we ain't playing hard. And if we're not playing to win. We got to play to win. I think that before this election, Christians in this country looked over there and saw how desperate a situation we were in. And began to do whatever they could. And it's in 2 Chronicles, the chapter 7. And the instructions of what we really need to do are in that chapter. And we began to do it. And I'll come back to that in a little bit. Christians really stepped up to the plate, realizing, buddy, we were behind at the second half. And it was time to really get down and get serious, and we did. But hey, the game ain't over yet. We've won. I said, we've won a significant victory, but the war's not won. It's going to take the team playing hard. We got a good coach. We got the only coach that can really put a winning team on the field. The only coach is Jesus. Donald Trump is what a great quarterback. But watch this. Listen, I come up with this. Every one of us that's out there playing on that field, watch it now, watch it, is an all-American. Those of us that voted for Donald Trump, we're all Americans. We got something going for us. We're on the winning team now. Camilla thought the winning team was down the street. When somebody hollered, Jesus is Lord, she didn't really agree with that. She said the winning team is down the street. You need to go on down there. The smaller rally. Well, Camilla was wrong about the size of the rally. Ooh, Jesus, did she miss it? The rally was way bigger than what she expected. We rallied, didn't we? We won it, didn't we? Didn't we? I said on Tuesday, I made one of these on Tuesday, and I said, I think Trump's going to win really big. I said that. I said, do I know what I'm talking about? I said, let's talk about it again on Thursday and see if the old man knew what he was talking about. Well, on Thursday, it come out. I didn't know what I was talking about. He won big. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. All right. I'm going to try and hold my thing to 20 minutes. So I'll get on with the show. All right. Let's do a little bit of history. We have a great blueprint for building a country, which is our Constitution, that says all men are created equal. Well, it's in our documents that all men are created equal. And we're created with certain unalienable rights, which are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that's in our founding documents. But when we got this country started, something was in place that kept us from building it according to the blueprint. We got it as close as we could to the blueprint, but there was something that kept us from it, and that something was slavery, where some people could own others, some people in them two different groups was not equal because one could own the other and tell them what to do. We had something that kept us from building it according to the blueprint, and it really caused a problem. And we did the best we could, We built it, but we didn't really build it according to the blueprint. And we had this big war. Now, I'm not a great historian. There may be people that have a historical analysis of that, but in that war, when it was over, the slaves were freed. And so they were free. But what happened then? White people didn't use much wisdom in how they dealt with the people that wasn't white. They told them what they couldn't do, what they couldn't be, what they couldn't have. Now, you don't tell people what they can't do. That's crazy. That's crazy. Would you treat a child like that? Would you tell them you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't have this, you can't be that? You wouldn't do that to a child. But white people done it to them that wasn't white. I've called people stupid before. To me, that was a little bit stupid. But we don't analyze much about what we're born into. We just live it. I don't analyze my language. It makes perfect sense to me. I don't think about it. I just talk it. But people that speak Spanish or French, they're in the same boat as me. I can't understand them. They can't understand me. We were born into our language. In the South, we were born into a system, and a lot of times we live in that system and don't think nothing about it. But it ain't what our founding document said, that all men are created equal, and they all need to have the same shot at a good life. Now, professional sports teams is the first folks that really caught on to this. The Brooklyn Dodgers looked over there across town, seen a player that could really play, and he was a little bit darker than most of their players. But they wasn't looking at no color. They was looking at who could play ball, and they hired him. And they didn't hire him to end discrimination. They hired him to field a winning team. And folks, it's time to get over this color thing, because we need to field a winning team today, more than we ever needed to before. And I point to the Olympics. I forget what year it was, when Hitler was over there saying there was a race more superior, and he was saying it was a race he was in. But that Olympics, there was a descendant of black sharecroppers and slaves that won 4 gold medals, and it made Hitler's argument a little bit shaky that there was a superior race, because all them white athletes had to eat the dust kicked up by those feet that wasn't white. His idea was wrong. He had the wrong idea. That was Germany of that day. We had a blueprint that said this: level the playing field and play ball. And I'm so excited to see in this election, a lot of people got over this color thing, because racism has never really blessed this country. When there was white racist and when there was black racist. No, it don't need to be about color. It don't need to be about color. It needs to be who can play the best, let them have the job. Martin Luther King didn't say there should be no judgment. He just said the judgment shouldn't be on color. It ought to be on character. So I'm really excited about so many people getting over this color thing. And you know, there's a lot of older white people getting over the color thing and don't know it, because they don't like certain people. Well, let me just say, there's a lot of white people there's some older white people that think they're racist but got black friends. But those black friends share the same values that they do. I'm just saying, well, I don't think I can even explain it. But I'm just saying, we need to get over this color thing. We need to level the playing field and play ball. I'm really excited that I've seen it happening. And I'm really excited about it. That for the first time in our history, we really got a shot at getting over this color thing, and I'm all for it, because I want to see this country be a winning team. I think the Lord has had great mercy on this country. And here's what I think. You know, I don't understand my Bible. I believe every word of it is true. Every word of it is true. And my Bible says Mary was with child. That settles it for me. That's Mary was there. The child was there. The two separate people. But you know, there's some folks that don't think that was a child. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't think Jesus gets it. Folks, you don't realize the position he holds. He's like directing traffic at a crossroads. And every one of us is going to have to walk up to where Jesus is directing the traffic. And he's going to point those of us that have him for our Savior and our Lord. He's going to point us to a wonderful forever. And them that don't have him for Savior and Lord, he's going to point them to a horrible forever. Jesus stands there like a policeman directing the traffic. And I want him to direct me towards heaven. I'm trying to live my life so that when I see him, he'll say, well done, my good and faithful servant. You go this way. To a forever that's more wonderful than you can imagine. I want that. And I want to help as many people get to that on the other side of the grave as I can. Now, I've got a real mission. I got a real compassion for the people that's in a hell on earth on this side of the grave. Now, I really want to rescue them. Like these little kids that don't have nobody to take care of them. Just somebody to keep them up. Keep them healthy enough to rape and sell for sex. Boy, do I want to rescue these kids? I really do. I have such a heart for rescuing these kids. I'm working on a way to do it right now. I'm coming back to that. So here's what let's see where I want to go now. Oh, I woke up this morning thinking about what I want to say. And I want to say this. Esther in the Bible was born for a time like this. Born for a special time. I think we're standing in a very special time. And I think that those of you that voted for Trump were born like Esther for a time such as this. You were born that way. I think I was born for a time such as this. Surely I've got something to say. I hope I do. I think I do. I think I was born for a time like this. I think that everybody that voted for Donald Trump is born for a time like this. We won a great victory, but we haven't won the war yet. We still won a great victory. We realized how important the battle was. And I think we followed the examples in 2 Chronicles 7. Now look, I think that if, such a big word, that one if, what's the if? If my people voted for Trump, if my people will humble themselves and pray and seek my face, humble themselves, pray, seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways. That's the if right there. There's a big if that only my people can do. Only my people can do it. And if my people will do those four things, humble themselves, pray, seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways. If we do that, then there's something he's going to do. But he ain't going to do it if we don't do this. He's waiting on us. He's waiting on us. If my people. It's on my people to see that this war is won. We've got a great coach. We've got a great quarterback. How great is my people going to be? Well, it's how great are we going to do those four things? Humble ourselves, pray, seek his face, turn from our wicked ways. Then he will hear from heaven and heal our land. Is our land sick? It is sick. We've had sick, dumb people running the country for a while. I want to listen. There are empty rooms in many houses in this country. In Lincoln Riley's house, in Patty Morin's house, in Jocelyn, I don't know how to say her last name for sure, Nurungary. There's an empty room in that house, an empty chair in that house, because of Joe and Camilla's stupidity to open them borders and let killers and murderers and rapists in. There are houses with empty rooms and empty chairs because of the Democratic Party and their stupidity. And there's 60 million young American children that didn't get to live didn't get a life, because there's so many of them that don't think there's nothing wrong with killing a child before it's born. When, as my Bible reads, Mary was with child. So I think all of us were born for such a time as this, to come together with our coach and our quarterback and make America great again. And it's such a big if. I want you to understand how big that if is, because God's not going to hear from heaven and forgive our land, forgive the murder of 60 million children. That's a big forgiveness right there. So many of them Democrats don't think it's a forgiveness. They don't see nothing wrong with it. I see something wronger than you can imagine. So I wanted to limit my speech to about 20 minutes. I'm running over a little bit, but I want us to realize we won a great victory because we understood with desperation we had to win it, or we would have 4 more years of stupid, and I don't think this great country could have survived 4 more years with Cackler and Camilla at the top. I don't think we could have made it. Thank God, but what do? I think that was a brief period of time we humbled ourselves and prayed and sought his face and turned from our wicked ways. Well, we don't need to slack up now, because the game ain't over yet. We made a big score, but the game ain't over. And I'm saying, let's those of us on the team follow the instructions of the coach and join up with the quarterback and play as hard as we can and do our part. Humble ourselves, pray, seek his face, and turn from his wicked ways. We were born for such a time as this. That's it.